I was gonna come on here yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, and I don't know, I felt like I had a lot to say, and then I just didn't. I kept to myself. At a very low-key birthday. I wanted one thing in the whole entire world, or there was, one wish I put out there, and it didn't come true. So I'm taking that as a sign, I guess. And if someone wants to fumble you, all you can do is tuck them in, honey, and keep it moving. And my ego is a little bit bruised, I guess, or just like sad. I don't know. But I had a vision yesterday of how society is an awful lot like the cafeteria scene in High School Musical. I think a few months ago I made a video talking about how my life is like High School Musical. Um, but in the cafeteria scene, if you've never seen the cinematic masterpiece that is High School Musical, it's like, okay, I was gonna like play it and then talk to you guys about it, but I don't know if that will get my video like copyright flagged or whatever. But basically, like the whole premise of the movie is that like the student body, so let's use like the student body as like a metaphor for the population of the world, is like pissed off because people are starting to change. Like they're like, oh, the basketball players want to be in the musical. Oh, the science nerds want to be in the musical. Oh, like the mathletes like to break dance. It's just like they're very like they're fearful because other people are coming forward and being like, "Hey, I am a multifaceted human being who likes to do multiple things other than how you just stereotype me or like the version of you, sorry, the version of me that you've made up in your head. That is a limited version of me. So let me fully express who I am to you." And so, they're dancing around the cafeteria, they're singing, and people are like, um, speak your mind and you'll be heard. And so people like, other people will come out and be like, hey, like I love to bake creme brulee, I love to do this. And then how does the student body, the population of the world in this metaphor react? No. No, no, no. Stick to the status quo. It is better by far to keep things as they are. Don't mess with the flow. No, no. Stick to the status quo. And what happens? People go back to repressing themselves because they're like, oh my God, like I'm not going to be seen as cool by the general public. People aren't going to accept me if I embody my multifacetedness. And that's a fucking problem. But that is how you bitches want to act lately. So, not all of you, but like I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying like that is a large percentage of the population. Like it's just like they can't fathom that someone else could possibly think differently from them. We have the world here. Um, this is the Deviant Moon Tarot deck by Patrick Valenza. Patrick is my father's name. Never used it before, but I pulled it out so we can pull some cards about sticking to the status quo and discuss like, is this really serving us or what would happen, I wonder, if we let everyone be a multifaceted human being. Look, we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is someone who's like real good with their coin, right? So maybe on some level it could be that like, oh, like if this person like strays out of this lane, like um there was Zeke in High School Musical. He's like a basketball player or whatever, but he loved to bake too. And then so people were like, dude, like that's lame. You shouldn't do that. But what if Zeke were to make it to the NBA? And then since he loves to bake, he could also get like, a sponsorship from like all these, like, he just has infinite possibilities to make money to like up his game because he's multifaceted and he's embodying this. He's not staying in one corner, it's like he's like, okay, this is what I'm good at, but I'm also good at this, and how can I bring those together? And people will see that as a threat, right? So like people don't want Zeke to win. People don't want multifaceted humans to win. They just want you to be the version of you that makes them most comfortable. Okay, this card really wants to come out. The Knight of Wands. Um, what is on this? It's a person riding a bug. Kind of like parasitic, actually. So like what just popped in my head there was like people want you to remain the version of you that is of the most benefit to them. They don't have any consideration as to whether like, oh, like this person can make this change and that could be really good for them. They're just looking at like how the changes you're making and like how the person you're growing into might negatively impact them. And then if they can't leech off of you anymore, they don't like that. And I'm actually a great example of this because so I have like probably close to 7,000 followers on Tumblr. Okay, not that that really matters, but I'm just saying I have 7,000 followers on Tumblr. Okay, and when I was posting salacious photos of myself, reblog, 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 reblog. Everyone's giving me attention. Okay, now I am out here posting things that are actually trying to shape people's brains and help them heal and like build a new earth. Crickets. Crickets. Okay, I have a handful of people that really do show up and support me and like thank me for the work that I do. But because they can't just leech off of me now, it has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. It's like, okay, I'm putting myself out here and sharing tools with you to help you heal, but you need to engage with those. Like, you can't just look at me and jerk your fucking dick anymore. Bitches don't like that. They wanted me to stick to the status quo. No, I have evolved past that. I know that my purpose is bigger than that. And so I express who I am, and I don't care if you want me to stick to the status quo. So consider, like, where in your life are you? What is this? The Five of Swords. Yeah, so like maybe you're afraid of conflict. Maybe you're afraid that if I change, like I'm gonna face conflict from other people. Or like because it is inevitable. Like as you change, like people are gonna fall out of your life. Like I'm not around any of the people that I used to be. What is this? The Six of Pentacles? Okay, yeah. See, this is what I was talking about, like being how I have embodied my multifacetedness, right? And before, people could just leech off of me. They could just take and take and take and take and take from my energy. Whereas now they can't take, like, I'm still giving. I am still giving. But people, they have to do the work if they want to receive. And so they're down here just trying to grab for free. But I'm like, okay, like I'm dropping these gems for fucking free. Um, and if you don't want to step your pussy up and like partake in the evolution that is required to receive these keys and codes and everything that like I am providing you with to unlock the next levels of your life, like I can't help you. I can only help people who are willing and ready to receive from me. What card is this? Um, oh, see, this is the Four of Pentacles. This is like miserly energy. Um, and yeah, so even like this guy here, you see he's like hoarding his pentacles away from like the temptress woman or whatever. So maybe in the past, I guess people might have seen me as a version of myself where it was like I was just, embodied in like my siren sexual energy, we'll call it, right? And then so they're oh, maybe they're reluctant to support me because of who I used to be or whatever. They don't want to take me seriously. But it's like all I can do is keep taking myself seriously and being like, okay, I was who I was before, and I am who I am now. I contain multitudes. That's it. That's all. And that's how it's always going to be. And I'm always going to be changing. Like in 2 weeks, I might not be the person I am right now. In 2 months, I definitely won't be. In 2 years, I don't even want to know who I'll be in 2 years because like that's all unfolding as it happens to me. But like I'm never going to get to be to who I am in 2 years if I just keep sticking to the status quo and trying to please everyone else around me and doing what satisfies them and keeps them comfortable. I need to do what makes me, not even what makes me comfortable, actually. Like I'm pretty sure I've like broken free of my comfort zone, but like, what is this? The Knight of Cups. So yeah, we had the Knight of Wands on here, right? And then now we have the Knight of Cups. So this is like me being my authentic self, and I'm still like, I have this cup to give, and I am ready to give it to whoever wants to receive it. But it's like you have to be willing to receive. Like, I'm not just going to come and dump my cup of water on you. I'm going to keep a full cup. And then when someone comes and is ready to receive, I can pour my cup into theirs, and then I'm ready to receive even more because I've given out some. So now I can receive more. But if I just keep chasing my tail in circles and repeating the same old things and expecting everyone else around me to be who they always have been and not give them any room to evolve and grow, I am doing not only myself a disservice, but the whole world a disservice. Like, we all need to give everyone a little bit more room to be the best version of themselves. That's really what it's all about, is giving one another grace, right? Because otherwise you're just carrying around all these burdens unnecessarily. This is like the Ten of Wands, and tens are like an ending. So I think people are going to start to realize like, oh shit, like my perceptions of other people is getting quite heavy. So what if I drop all of those and I just start responding to whatever is in front of me and accepting people as they are? And if that's not aligned with me, that's fine. But I do not have to expect them to change. It is not my responsibility to change them. I can just remove myself from the situation and trust that they are doing what is best for them. Because right now it is ego central out there. This card just flipped, the Hierophant. So yeah, like the Hierophant is like the Pope basically. So maybe like you're scared of like um following like religious rules too closely, or like the idea of God scares you, but like, oh, someone just came home, so I'm gonna end this here. But basically let people be who they are and love them as they are showing up in front of you, even if it doesn't make sense. Okay? Love you guys.